Alright guys, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the showdown between the Chaos Dwarfs and Skaven. Here on the Altar of the Champion, it's going to be boss toss with the Rat Hordes versus Outer Region and the Chowie Czar. Looks like it's going to be a very unique lord choice, actually. Going to be a Sorcerer Prophet of Death with a Lamassu, which I don't hate that against Skaven. It's still a terror-causing monster. It has enough stopping power to fight things like Rat Ogres, and does have a silence against like a Skaven character like Claw. I'm very curious to see how this goes. Now for the Dwarf build, it is going to be a infantry core, so just, mainly Chaos Dwarf warriors with some blasting charges on the Blazing Beards of Asherik, Goblin Laborers, and Skirmishers. So it is going to be mass units of Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders, which are a great unit. They can poke a lot of damage into the Skaven Rat Ogres, can also charge things if need be, just ultimately a good piece. Now, looking at the build here, Boss Toss. Boss Toss going to be rocking Claw on the Flayer. We do have a Packmaster, so Packmasters are pretty nice. They can definitely help you fight back against bully monsters. Like one-on-one, a Packmaster will get dunked on by a Bale Taurus, but if it's like teamed up with Claw, who's like casting, let's say Flensing Rune, for example, they can start to turn those fights around. So I like the assist character here of the Packmaster. The rest of his army is going to be Clan Rats and Rat Ogres, so just a lot of just forward momentum. I would imagine some shooting will come in at some point. Granted, in Domination, you really got to play the map, right? Maps really determine the meta quite a bit. And this map isn't very good for direct shooting. You have this tree line here, you got this like hill right here, so you'd have to get your direct shooting in this one position, which is very precarious. And ambush in the trees, a little bit of Eshin shenanigans coming in from Boss Toss, as his Dryads are going to be moving up through the tree line, looking to get the party going. And, Magma Cannons are not uncommon in this matchup. They're very good against the Skaven masses. So having a couple Eshin Triads to ambush back there, because, what do Chaos Dwarves defend their backfield with? Well, it's going to be Hobgoblins or Bull Centaurs, and Eshin Triads counter all those units and can also kill the artillery. So that's very good tacticianship there. But Outer Region going to be grabbing all the objectives out of the gates using his mobility. Skaven are going to be yielding those. But most likely Skaven just going to try and set up a big brick of units on Objective 1 here and Objective 2 and just, hang there. Objective 3 will probably be maybe something they go for later, but most likely not. So Chaos Dwarves going to be fighting for Objective 1 while they control Objective 3. That's most likely going to be the game plan. And I am very curious to see what the Skaven are going to be calling in for their heavy hitters. A little bit of fast forwarding while the armies do square up here. We do see the Skirmish Cav are doing a lot of damage, man. That Packmaster eating some fire arrows there, which I'm sure he doesn't appreciate. I believe he's weak to fire too because he regenerates. Yeah, so the fire damage is actually very good there. First engagement here is Skaven Slaves versus the Demon Smith Sorcerer. Oh, we have a double caster. So we have a Burning Head caster, and then the Lamassu caster is Fate of Buna. Now, what is the Buna for? Maybe the Buna is just there to insta-kill a weapons team. So if they come in with like a mortar, if they come in with like a Jezzail unit, you just fly overhead, you Buna, and you cackle. Out on the back, it's going to be the Demon's Tongue. Demon's Tongue has always been very good against Skaven. The flaming attack there is quite brutal, and against like the Clan Rat formations, it can really bunker bust them. Now, on some maps, like Skaven could call in a Warp Lightning Cannon or any sort of firepower like a Jezzail and really punish it, but on this map, I feel like it's going to be very hard for them. Doom players called in for Skaven, a good choice. Doom players are excellent against infantry, especially armored infantry, and there is going to be a Flensing Rune. Now, what's really cool about the tech here from Outer Region is that Lamassus do have good spell resist, so this is going to be very little damage. In tandem with the Chalice of Blood and Darkness, it's really going to mitigate the effectiveness there. So the first blasting charge salvo coming in, and some of the rats are going to be getting nuked by the Chowie. The Dwarfs getting it done, but the Blazing Beards are now going to be attacked by the Ogres, and the Rat Ogres have made their way in. In the backfield, we do have some arrow fire coming, so the Hobgoblin Archer Corps are going to be sitting in the shadows and providing some nice supporting fire into the Rat Ogres, while we do get the big scary moving in. So the Demon's Tongue is here. I would imagine with the Demon Smith, Outer Region does have the heal, so he does have Reforge. Okay, so he is going to be able to heal this thing, but Flensing Rune is activated, and so far Boss Toss does have a good answer against it. The Packmaster is an excellent counter potentially, and we do see the Lamassu flying overhead with its silencing aura, which does provide a little bit of utility here as Burning Head's going to be going down, and it looks like Boss Toss will be mostly dodging that. So out of the gates here, Boss Toss is off to a very good start. He's able to get some punishing damage here on the Demon's Tongue. And, the question is Outer Region going to be able to escape with this thing? Maybe use full steam ahead, try and loop through, get that healing going. Because if he loses this out of the gates, man, that is going to be a huge setback. Another Iron Demon is going to be called in, so using the Chaos Dwarf trains, which are for sure the better elements on the Chaos Dwarves. They're very much the glue that kind of holds the roster together, in my opinion. But the Chowie Infantry are holding okay. For sure. There's no Globadiers, right? That's a very common tactic against Chaos Dwarves is Globadier play. That's why I'm always really nervous to bring good quality infantry against them, and Ogres also punish them pretty bad, but there's no Globadiers in this build, so certainly could get away with the infantry here. And now it looks like there's going to be some Eshin Witchcraft. Nope, it's going to be the Brass Orb from Claw, which is very good against the Blazing Beards here, who are also being run over by the Motorcycle Rats. So the Motorcycle Rats from Mars getting some work done as Blazing Beards take massive casualties, and the Iron Demon does get away. Now, this is really, really big. The fact that the Iron Demon was able to escape keeps Outer Region into the game. If it had died, I would say that would probably be a GG situation. But it's alive, it's going to get a heal, and now it can join up with the other Iron Demon. The Lamassu character here, they might actually be able to kill this Packmaster or break it off the battlefield, right? Lamassus are respectable fighters, and the 3v1 here is pretty powerful, as we do see the Withering and Enfeebling Foe going down. I like that. The Bound Lamassu spells getting it done. As the Packmaster is afflicted, and he's broken, and now that's like a huge game-turning play, right? Although good response, we do see the Cleansing Rune going down, punishing the blob of the Chaos Dwarfs. That's going to be hitting all those units. Hobgoblin Sneaky Gets being called in here. Objective 2, let's see, is still under the control of the Rats, I would imagine. Objective 1 does have a lot of Rats on it as well, but Objective 3 is being owned by the Dwarfs, and Outer Region did get a really good points lead here, so he can afford to value trade for a little while. Okay, the Packmaster does rally. No, it's still broken. Okay, -6 leadership. Kind of panicking and running around. Outer Region obviously wants to get this off the battlefield because this is the biggest natural predator he has against his Iron Demons, and they're going to be shooting it a little bit, and now the Hobgoblins should be able to escort that thing off the battlefield. Going back up into the fight is the Sorcerer Prophet, going to be trying to lend some support to his Demon Smith, who has been getting beaten up by Ikit Claw a little bit. Mobility on its way back in. The Hobgoblin's going to be looking for Rat Ogres most likely, or if there's any unshielded spear units, that's also not a bad target, but the Rat Ogres are for sure the best choice. And I like this. The silence is not irrelevant, and it's going to force Ikit Claw to run away. He doesn't want to sit there, right? It's not only going to be silencing his spells, but also his abilities. And here in the backfield, the Iron Demon does get taken down. Okay, that's really, really big. So it ends up being more of an evenish trade, like the Packmaster for the Iron Demon. They're probably not that different in cost. You know, the Packmaster is, on the mount is going to cost as much as probably the Demon's Tongue in the ballpark. So yeah, an evenish trade after all is said and done. 5.8 value for Boss Toss against 4.5 for the Chaos Dwarfs. Chaos Dwarfs, of course, don't have a lot of healing, and that's going to be a beautiful brass orb right there by Boss Toss. Really nice, cooking those Hobgoblins, getting a lot of HP damage on them. If that had been like a different Vortex, man, that would have been super punishing. Although, Outer Region going to be responding, man. The Vengeance is back, and we do get a big Burning Head coming down. That is going to be nuking quite a few of those units, and the Rat leadership really is going to be a problem. And that's how Chaos Dwarfs probably have a chance of winning this game. It's just leadership, right? Iron Demons, Burning Heads, Kadai Fireborn are really good at killing Rats, that's for sure. I like that he's leaving his units on this point to make sure the Rats don't backcap it. And the Skaven army is looking kind of beat up for sure. Sorcerer Prophet going to be diving in, looking to get a Terror Route. He does get an attack on the Doom Player. Terror Route going down to the Clan Rats here and right here. Obviously, they're very beat up, and they don't want to be fighting a big, scary Lamassu Beast monster. And now the Chaos Dwarves are looking a little bit resurgent. I know they're down on value, but when I see what's going on in the battlefield here, it doesn't account for the Packmaster fleeing. And we do have the Kadai Fireborn. We have the Hobgoblins, the Iron Demon. There's a ton of terror in this build, and the Rat army is looking really raggedy. And the Sorcerer Prophet, of course, is going to be able to hunt down Ikit Claw. So let's see how they do. Are the Rats going to be able to hold? What are the Collins going to be for the Rats? It's going to be some Night Runners. Okay, man, some Storm Vermin here could be okay, although they would be very vulnerable against the Iron Demon, perhaps. So here comes the Duel of Fates. The Lamassu character landing on the ground and going after the Doom Flayers. But he does get hit by another Cleansing Rune, but once again, the Magic Resist and the Amulet of Blood and Darkness pretty much countering that, right? That's a really, really cool tech. Cleansing Rune, of course, is very meta and very, very strong. So Outer Region really game plan for that by bringing the Lamassu character and also having the Amulet of Blood and Darkness. Astrogoth is okay in this matchup too, but I actually really like this tech. I might steal this for myself. Seems to work pretty well. Hobgoblins battling it out, and as are the Kadai Fireborn. Kadai Fireborn are really powerful armor-piercing beasts, so they will be able to cut through the Dwarf Thing Menace. You can see the HP on this Doom Player is going down very, very quickly. In the meantime, the Sorcerer Prophet basically just has a hard-on for Ikit Claw, and it's going to be hunting him down in perpetuity. In the back, the Iron Demon advancing up with some of the Hobgoblins being intercepted by a Flayer, but we do see the momentum start to shift on the objective for Chaos Dwarves a little, I suppose, although there are some Rat reinforcements coming in. We got Death Runners, which aren't bad. The only downside of Death Runners is that they're going to get wrecked by the Iron Demon and also by the Kadai. So there's two things here that are very good against them. Skaven don't have any spears here, so the Kadai Fireborn probably do win this fight. They'll be able to take on the Clan Rats as well as the Dwarf Thing Menace. And we do have another Kadai Fireborn coming in. Outer Region, a little bit of a lapse in micro here, which is unfortunate. I mean, this is a big amount of units. If these Hobgoblins and these Hobgoblin Riders were able to get up to the fight, they would make a huge difference in like this fight and like bunker busting some of these other positions, but you know, easier said than done. Some of the Chaos Dwarf Warriors going to be surging over towards Objective 1, so he's going to be leaving Objective 3 in the clutches of some Hobgoblins. Points are very, very close. It looks like Boss Toss is on the creep right now, so he's up on points. 715. Is he actually up on points? Yeah, no, it's very, very close. 744 against it. Yeah, it's literally just right down to the wire here, and it looks like Boss Toss is going to be passing him in points soon. Okay, so Outer Region just ahead by like literally like 15 points. Ikit Claw cruising, Rat Ogres are going to be the call-in here. And the backside, this is a really nice play here because it's a very small investment, and another Wolf Rider could just come over here. Outer Region still has not remembered his Wolf Riders in the back of the map. That's got to feel pretty bad. As the Hobo Riders here are going to be trying to run down the Dwarfling Menace, getting him off the battlefield to be quite big. And the Kadai and the Lamassu character may be looking to come over and try and capture Objective 3. Meanwhile, in the middle, Rats are holding valiantly. What do we have? Just one Fireborn unit. Skaven do have some Slingers here. The Slingers are a nice tool against the Iron Demon, which has good armor, but their Slinger attacks will... Whoa, what the hell happened there? What was that? Wait, it had a lot of HP, right? Was that Storm Demon? Hold up. I wish there was a rewind feature. Okay, that must have been a Storm Demon. Oh my god, that thing just got melted by that. Okay, Ikit Claw, he had some tricks up his sleeve. But side objective here is going to be flipping, and that is not good for the Rats, because the Rats don't have a really mobile army. The Chaos Dwarves, unironically, are quite a bit faster than them with their current build that they do have. So the Hobgoblins are going to be able to control the outside. And then when the Skaven are forced to move towards other objectives, they could run into some really, really big situations. So Ikit Claw is able to hold on to the point, cackling with his victory here. Goblin Labor is moving up, and Objective 2 is going to be flipping to Outer Region. Lamassu character going to be eating a big Vortex once again, so he's going to be getting punished by the Flensing Rune, but the Amulet will heal through some of that. He does land on the ground, going for a little bit of damage on Ikit, but Ikit on his Flayer is extremely maneuverable and very, very difficult to get rid of. Death Runners cleaving through these infantry. Certainly pains me to see these units being left in the back, but it's making the game a little bit more exciting. If those units had been on the battlefield, these Death Runners would probably be dead, these Night Runners would probably be dead. It might actually just be GG, but yeah, this is still anyone's game at this point. 868 against 926. Outer Region is back on 2 objectives. He's just going to be leaving those mobile units here. If he could just keep the Skaven fighting in the middle, then he just wins the game, right? The Skaven are eventually going to have to partition some of their units off to the side points. So maybe get some of the Clan Rats to head over to Objective 2. Something like that is going to need to give here in this situation. So pulling back is the Sorcerer Prophet of Death. He is currently at 5 leadership, so this could be a little bit of resurgence for Skaven. As the Slingers, the Night Runners are going to go for the attack here, and he's obviously very beat up. The fact that he's exhausted, it means he's going to be losing 15 armor. Oh, but the late game Punisher is on its way in. The Demon's Tongue has been brought back, and the Howling Warp Gale activated on the Sorcerer Prophet. Nice move by Outer Region, landing it. He's going to get him a little bit of tree cover, right? Because he was up in the air, but now he's behind the tree, which is going to mitigate a lot of the damage. And now comes the Demon's Tongue. So the Pain Train is here. It's going to be roasting a lot of these rats. Oh, look at them get caught under the spokes of the train there. Oh, that actually looked like they got ran over. Man, animations in this game can be great sometimes. But this is a big issue for the Skaven, man. I mean, in a late game situation where everybody's tired, leadership is up in the air, this is going to be extremely punishing here. Now, has Outer Region noticed his back units yet? He is not. Man, okay, let me look on the map where they are. Yeah, you can see the dot, but it's a little bit inconspicuous. It looks like he did find the other one, but did not find those. So Lamassu character's back in business. The Demon's Tongue is going to be rolling. Currently, the points are 1030 against 1007, as the little rat people are going to be advancing up. Rat Ogre's coming as well. And this is anyone's game, man. This is a really, really close match here. Flensing Rune, nope. It's going to be Howling Warp Gale, and it looks like some of the spears are going to move over, so they got their little prison shanks. But the Howling Warp Gale does trigger a heal on this character because of the Amulet of Blood and Darkness. I wish Chaos Dwarfs had that in Tabletop. That'd be a very good item. But Lamassu character going to be surviving. Demon's Tongue once again getting punished. And how's the value? It can't be that good. The Demon's Tongue has been getting just absolutely melted by these Rat Ogres. It needs a little bit of mass support for sure. Yeah, 1,000 value on 2 summons. I mean, it's like a 3,600 gold investment with 2 summons. So yeah, I mean, it still is a terror-causing unit against late-game Skaven, so maybe it'll matter. Now, Boss Toss moving for the point here with a couple of Ogres. This is very, very good. There needs to be a Chaos Dwarf response very quickly. We do see another Iron Demon coming out. Okay, so the Iron Demon is going to be arriving. Demon's Tongue cruising across. Uh-oh, if the Skaven Lord gets karate chopped here by these Iron Demons and by the Lamassu character, that could for sure be a game-ending play. Skaven, in a very frenetic situation like this, will not do well losing their Lord. Uh-oh, Ikit Claw getting wavered and broken. That could be it. And Outer Region is going to hunt this thing down. He's not going to let it escape, as the Sorcerer Prophet's going to be heading this bad boy off. We do see Ikit Claw running for the hills. Shaken. He does stabilize. Okay, there's still hope for the Skaven yet. In the meantime, on this objective here, it looks like the Rats are going to be taking that one. So now more back and forth here in this game. But 2 big terror-causing monsters, 3 technically with the Lamassu. Ikit Claw could potentially shatter if he keeps getting broken. It looks like he's going to waver and stabilize here as the Clan Rats are going to be surging across. Demon's Tongue rolling through using its flamethrower attacks. A couple Hobgoblins going to be facing down Ogres here potentially on the backside. And Chaos Dwarfs calling out Cutthroats and Hobgoblin Riders. And did he realize? He did finally realize his corner unit. The prophesized one has returned and is going to be making a big difference in this fight. But Ikit Claw is broken. He is officially broken, being chased down by the Iron Demon. Hobgoblin Cutthroat's going to be having a Smurf duel here, so they're going to be battling versus the other gremlin creatures of the old world, the Skaven. And they should do all right. You know, hobgoblins aren't amazing for their cost, but yeah, they try their best. They do have 34 weapon strength, so they're certainly, I think, a little bit stronger than a clan rat. But you know, the clan rats are so much cheaper and so much more cost effective, in my opinion. So Icket Claw's running away, and 2 Iron Demons here. Honestly, they might be able to just roll over and grab this point, right? Look at the Mass Terror Rat situation. We see the Death Runners breaking, the Rat Ogres are all broken up. I mean, just grab those Iron Demons and get some Hobo Goblins over there, capture that point, and you can win. Man, 1251 against 1210. What a nail biter of a game, ladies and gentlemen, as the Rats move up. And we do see the hold probably going down here for Chaos Dwarfs. I think the Hobgoblins, like both of them, in tandem with the Hobgoblin Spheres, should be able to keep these Rat Ogres at bay and get that point. But, you know, the Dwarfs need to get an objective back soon. Icket Claw being escorted off the battlefield is going to be disastrous for the Skaven. Skaven making a play for objective 3, but probably going to take them too much time. We do get the mobility coming over, so obviously Outer Region smells the blood in the water here, going to be grabbing this point, and likely is going to be winning because of that. Although he does move back to the middle as well, providing a little bit of capture weight here, realizing he has enough on that side to get that point. He's going to be parking here in the middle, charging in, and the Alpha striking in tandem with the Skaven Lord being routed off the battlefield is so freaking brutal. So we do see it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's probably going to be all she wrote. I think that the Dwarfs have got this one. Very, very close game here. Very fun one between 2 top-tier players, as we do see objective 3 flipping, and the center objective going to be cooked by the Iron Demon rolling in. Mass Terror Routes going down as the Limp Biscuit train keeps rolling. Yeah, 1,300. Dude, what a close game score-wise, though. But yeah, the double cap here is not going to be mitigated. Although, look at the Eshin Triad Ninja. I love this. I mean, geez. This were a little bit closer. Like, that could be a game-winning play right there. But it's just not going to matter because as it currently stands, he can just win on one objective. And we see a mass route on the other side. That's going to be it. All right, guys. Awesome performance from both players. Yeah, it was great. I mean, Dwarfs usually are not favored in that matchup. It's usually favored for Skaven. But that map, I think, was nice because it was a little bit hard for Skaven to bring their weapons teams to bear there. So I think that was good. I would have liked to see some Globadiers. I think Globadiers would have been very punishing against this army for sure. But overall, extremely fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. 3,700 on Icket Claw. God damn, that's good. And yeah, Bale's Horse character, excuse me, the Lamasu character did fine. And the trains came back and did well. Kadai, 2,000 value on that one. That ain't bad at all. All right, folks, GG well played. We'll see you around, and HASHUT bless.